Hey guys, it's Bailey and welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a quick review of a brand new foundation from Too Faced. It is their Born This Way foundation. You can see it comes here in a glass packaging with a pump. Absolutely love that. Retails for $39 individually for 1 fluid ounce of product, which is pretty typical of foundations. I am the 3rd shade up from the lightest, which is vanilla, and there are 12 shades total in this foundation line, so it does cover a pretty solid portion of the spectrum. Some people might find that their undertones are sort of lost in there, but it blends really nicely into the skin if it's not an exact match. This, I would say, is a little bit cooler than my natural undertone, but once it fully blends in, it really looks seamless with your skin. Which, now that I talk about it, is probably because the point behind this foundation, the gist, is really that it's supposed to be sort of second skin wear. Buildable, medium to full coverage, but it's supposed to look and feel like you're not even wearing anything. And I have to say, I really like it. The texture of this is relatively thick, but it's very smooth, and it's not so thick that it is hard to blend or that it applies too heavily and patchy in some places versus others. It's very easy to blend out. I prefer something like this, just a kabuki foundation brush. Lots of people have them out there. Prefer something like this. Once you buff and blend it out, super easy to distribute across the face, and it truly does look like second skin. Medium coverage, you are still going to see some under eye discoloration and like some of the deeper hyperpigmentation spots you might have, or deeper freckles if you have them. But if you give it another layer, it builds up to completely full coverage, and I have to say, I don't feel like it looks, and definitely doesn't feel like I'm actually wearing foundation. The texture isn't completely matte, obviously, because it is supposed to be a very natural looking finish, but it's not dewy either. I would say that it's kind of satin. It reflects light very selectively across the face, but for the most part, it really looks like your skin might, after you've gone through your entire skincare routine and like you've put your moisturizer on, and it just has that lightly glowing look to it. That's how I feel my skin looks when I just am wearing this foundation. I think you'll be able to see that in the before and after pictures here. Layered up under the rest of the makeup products you might wear throughout the day, blush, bronzer, cream, powder, liquid, anything you can throw its way. It handles it really well. It doesn't cake up or get clumpy in some spots over others. It just, once it sets, it is on you for the rest of the day, but still feels very lightweight. And I have to say, I was so impressed with the wear time here. You'll be able to see from the before and after. I put this on before 8 a.m. in the morning, and the after picture I took was 10 p.m. at night. And I have to say, you could definitely see some wear, especially because I have a tendency to like put my hands near my face. I used to be a big picker and put my hands on my face, but I've gotten to where I can just like rest it on my chin or on the side of my face, and so I think that's where you're gonna see the most wear. But besides that, down the center of my face, nothing. And I have combination skin, and I'm in Texas now, so it's pretty regularly hot, but it's been especially humid lately, and so to go that amount of time and see that kind of wear, I was just so impressed with this foundation. I wasn't wearing primer, for the record. I know a lot of you guys ask this in my foundation reviews. I never wear primer under my foundations, and I also, the only place I wore setting powder was in my under eye area, because I have a tendency for any mascara, it's more so for my mascara and less for my concealer, because sometimes those can tend to transfer downward. So only place I was wearing setting powders in my under eye area, and yet completely in my T-zone, and really pretty much everywhere except the perimeter of my face, this stuff lasted amazingly. So obviously I would recommend it, especially to those who have combination skin and need something that is pretty summer proof. This is proving to be successful at that, but I also think I'd recommend it to anyone with dry skin. This is a somewhat hydrating formula, and I have still been struggling with like breakouts that I'm trying to dry out, and so it didn't stick or wear unevenly over those dry patches. I think those with dry, maybe even more than moderately dry skin, could really get away with wearing this without having it kind of distribute unevenly and cling to those dry patches. And at the same time, like I said, I noticed really great wear in my T-zone, so even those with oilier skin could definitely get away with wearing this and have it last and not break up throughout the day. That being said, you probably do want to wear a primer if you have very oily skin, but even still, I think this would really work with your skin as it develops that excess shine to look more natural throughout the day, rather than breaking apart and just becoming an absolute mess. So those are my thoughts on the new Born This Way foundation. Really like it, would really recommend it to you if you're looking for something with a medium to full coverage, which I personally love. obviously. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you thought this review was useful, and please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you in my next video. Bye.